this week, I received an ominous text message on my very hip and not at all outdated cellular telephone. Here's what it said. Your Google account recovery code is as follows. If you did not request this code, you can safely ignore this message. So I immediately thought, what the Ferraro? A few minutes later, I received this email from Google. To initiate the password reset process for your Google account, click the link below. If you've received this mail in error, it's likely that another user entered your email address by mistake while trying to reset a password. If you didn't initiate the request, you can disregard this email. Thank you for using Google. And then of course it says replies to that email won't be read or answered. Despite Google's reassurance that someone was mistakenly typing in my email address when trying to reset a password and that I can safely disregard the messages, I was not comforted. So I changed my password immediately, and I thought I was in the clear until the following evening when I received the same text message followed by the same email. So I went over to the help page for Gmail users, but rather than find any help, I was met with an array of useless links to articles and user-generated forums. Nowhere to be found, of course, was an email address or, God forbid, a phone number for anybody at Google. Way down at the bottom of the page, I saw a Contacting Us button, but since my problem wasn't on Google's list of things we're willing to be contacted about, I was directed back toward the regular help page. I eventually found a link that said, Received Unwanted Email, Google Password Assistance Email. So relieved, I clicked that, but lo and behold, it delivered me the same reassuring text I had already received twice via email. Google's refusal to provide any sort of user support is one of its most egregious qualities. One would think that such a rich company could afford to have some tech support handy and not put its users through a litany of trial and error processes before maybe stepping in to offer some help. But no, instead Google's motto is, we're far too big and important to deal with your problems, talk amongst yourselves. In the spirit of pretending to care, Google asked if the information it provided was helpful, and when I said no, it asked, how can we make this better? My response was, perhaps by providing some contact information, actually responding to users' concerns rather than pointing them to useless articles and links, and maybe, just maybe, by not being so incredibly full of yourselves. Just a suggestion.